Day, boys and girls. Welcome to ESL Sheltered class. And today we're going to be doing another lesson. Today we're going to be learning about declarative and interrogative sentences. The goals for today is I can construct a declarative sentence. I can construct an interrogative sentence. I can identify a declarative and interrogative sentence. Now, when we talk about construct, that means that you'll be able to make a sentence. And when we talk about identifying, you'll be able to point out if that sentence is a declarative or interrogative sentence. Now, what is a declarative sentence? A declarative sentence tells something. So let's look at this example. Let's look at the picture. The lady is buying groceries at the store. Now, this is a declarative sentence because it's telling about something. It's telling about what's happening in the picture. Whenever we construct a declarative sentence, we always start off with a capital letter and it always ends with a period. That's how you can tell it is a declarative sentence, by looking at the end mark. What is an interrogative sentence? Now, an interrogative sentence asks a question or it asks about something. For example, is it lunch yet? You can see here in the sentence that it ends with an ending mark and it's asking a question. Let's look at some examples of declarative sentences. This first example says, I forgot to do my homework. Now, this is telling about something, and it has an end mark, which is a period. Again, another example of a declarative sentence is, I like to help around the house. It is telling about something, and you can also see, again, the end mark is a period. And the last example of a declarative sentence is, I washed the dishes. Again, this sentence is telling about something, and it ends with a period. If you look at all three sentences, they all begin with a capital letter. Now let's look at some examples of interrogative sentences. Again, an interrogative sentence asks a question. Where is your face mask? This is asking a question and it ends with a question mark. Another example of an interrogative sentence is, did you finish your work? Again, this is asking a question and it ends with a question mark. And the last example of an interrogative sentence is, what are we having for lunch? It's asking a question and it ends with a question mark. Just like declarative sentences, interrogative sentences also begin with a capital letter. All sentences begin with a capital letter, but to determine or to figure out if it is a declarative sentence or an interrogative sentence, you want to look at the end marks. Now let's practice. One of our goals is to identify if it is a declarative or interrogative sentence. I'll read this example out loud. Where did you go? Think for a moment, boys and girls, and look at the end mark. If you answered interrogative sentence, you are correct. Good job, boys and girls. It asks a question and it ends with a question mark. Let's try another one. Is this a declarative sentence or an interrogative sentence? I have a Google Meet with my teacher. Just think for a moment and look at the end mark. If you answer that that's a declarative sentence, you are correct. Good job, boys and girls. It is telling about something and the end mark is a period. Let's try another example. The kids played in their yard. If you answered declarative, you are correct. This is telling about something, it's telling about what's happening, and it ends with a period. So that makes it a declarative sentence. Let's try another one. Can you sweep the floor? Is this a declarative sentence or an interrogative sentence? Think about it. If you answered interrogative sentence, you are correct. This is asking a question and it ends with a question mark. Good job, boys and girls. Now, let's move on to our next goal. One of our goals is to be able to construct a declarative sentence. So let's look at this picture. As you can see, the declarative sentence tells about this picture. The dog is holding a cell phone. I started off my sentence with a capital letter, and the end mark is a period because it is a declarative sentence or it is telling about something. If you look at this sentence, this is an interrogative sentence. It is asking a question about the picture. Why is the cat running? It starts off with a capital letter and it ends with a question mark. It is asking about this picture. So that makes it an interrogative sentence. Now I want you to try making an interrogative and declarative sentence. Let's look at the pictures. Can you construct a declarative sentence using this picture? This is an example of a declarative sentence. If you started off with a capital letter and you ended with a period, awesome job. This is my example. The cat is wearing glasses. It is telling about this picture. Can you construct an interrogative sentence using this picture? The interrogative sentence I created is, why is the dog acting like a human? I started off with a capital letter and ended with a question mark because I'm asking about this picture. Now, boys and girls, you don't have to have the same exact sentence like I created for my declarative or interrogative sentence. What I want you to focus on is making sure that you are telling about something or asking about something and you are capitalizing the first letter and you are using the correct end mark at the end. Now let's go over our goals for today and let's see if you reached them. Were you able to construct a declarative sentence? Are you able to construct an interrogative sentence? And can you identify a declarative and interrogative sentence? Thank you for joining me for today's lesson. Let's continue to work on our assignments.